and Stephen Smith. We are here at the Romney-Ryan Victory Rally here in the Coliseum at Marion. We are representing Harding Telecom News, and we're just waiting around and seeing all the excitement that's going on.
Well, here we have today, we have the national and local news. Next to us is 10 TV. We have Channel 22 from Marion. Down in front of us, we have Fox News National, CNN. All the big-time news companies are here with us today, and we're very excited to see the rally. And just come here and experience this once-in-a-lifetime for Marion and Harding, Marion City, and broadcast this as soon as possible. So, Kayla, we're here at the Romney-Ryan Victory Rally. How do you compare this rally to, we've already seen the Biden one. How do you feel in comparison the two differ?
Well, the Biden one, there was a lot of people there, but half of them was the student population. And today we are not at the high school. We're actually at the Coliseum. So it gives the public a better chance to actually experience it and see Romney and Ryan. And I think it's going to be a bigger turnout just because I don't really know. But
well,
yes, Stephen?
Well, I mean, do you really feel like the population is going to be really affected by the weather? I mean, it's very cold, very rainy outside. People are packing umbrellas. Wind speeds are increasing. Do you really feel Romney's going to be very hurt by spending all this money for not a big turnout?
I actually think it will be a big turnout because the line has been huge since the moment we got here. The weather is not going to affect it at all, I don't think. It's going to be a great turnout for Romney. It's just the weather's not going to impact it.
Hello there. Marion, Ohio. Hello, everybody, and welcome. We want you to know right off the bat that the reason the Oak Ridge boys are here is because we endorse Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan as the next president, vice president of the United States of America. We've been honored to stand up and rise up for Mitt Romney, and we really enjoy the presence of the governor and everything he stands for, and you're going to enjoy him today when they get here. Now, we've been told that there's traffic backed up for like forever, as you probably already know, coming in here. So things are running a little slow, so they've asked us to come up here and sing a couple of songs. Oh, we still have friends in Ohio, don't we? Because, you know, for some of you young people here, we haven't been singing to you guys for years. We've been singing to you for decades. Okay. Logistically speaking, it was impossible to get our band here, so we're going to try this out with tracks. So bear with us. We've got the band on a track. First of all, it's cheaper. Second of all, one never knows what will happen, so we hope this all works out. Let's sing some songs. Great to be in Ohio, everybody. I ain't gonna ride no rail or hitchhike down no highway. Bring it up. I ain't going nowhere, feeling the way I do. Cause my baby's long gone and nothing ain't going
smoky halo circle around her raven head. And all the thoughts you do, the pinball play around her, stop the games they've been playing for the loser evening prayer. Faded love and faded memory, how they make their mind. Miles and years play cowboy like an old melody, out of tune and out of time. Every night in the shadow, thinking back for Amarillo, he'd dream of better days and ask for faded love. Lifting high his glass in honor of the lady and the song. He paid his check and slowly walked that broken cowboy home. She played tambourine with a silver jingle, and she must have known the words to at least 8 million tunes. But the one most requested by the man she knew as cowboy was an 8-night benediction at the odd come back saloon. She played tambourine with a silver jingle, and she must have known the words to at least 8 million tunes. But the one most requested by the man she knew as cowboy was an 8-night benediction at the odd come back saloon. She played tambourine with a silver jingle, and she must have known the words to at least 8 million tunes. But the one most requested by the man she knew as cowboy was an 8-night benediction at the odd come back saloon. She played tambourine with a silver jingle, and she must have known the words to at least 8 million tunes. But the one most requested by the man she knew as cowboy was an 8-night benediction at the odd come back saloon. That song came out in 1977. Some of you were there. Some of you were not. We got a new album out called Back Home Again, and one of the ideas that our producer for this album had was to hear William Lee Golden sing the great John Denver song, Back Home Again. And it came out real good. We're going to try it for you today and encourage you to sing with us on those choruses. It'll feel good. Hey, it's good. Be back home again. There's a storm across the valley. Clouds are rolling in. The afternoon is heavy on your shoulder. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away. It's the whining of the streets that makes it colder. He's an hour away from right on your prayers up in the sky. 10 days on the road are very gone. There's a fire softly burning, supper's on the stove. It's the light in your Sometimes this old heart feels like a long lost friend, and it's good to be back home again. All the time I can't lay this tired old body down. Feel her fingers and her song on me. It seems that I live for love that lights my way. Happiness that living with you brings me. It's the sweetest thing I know of, just spending time. It's the little things that make our house a home. Like a fire softly burning, suffers on the stove. Your light in your eyes that makes me warm. It's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old heart feels like a long lost friend. It's good to be back home again. It's good to be back home again. You know it is. Sometimes this old heart feels like a long lost friend. And it's good to be back home again. I said, hey, it's good to be back home again. Thank you, everybody. We're going to sing one more song right now. We'll be back later on to sing a few more. And in the next set, we will sing Elmira. Thank you, everybody. You guys are great. When I was a young boy, I was dreaming about life and wondering just how sweet it could be. But baby, I got lucky when I met you that night. Now you'll always have this coming from me. No matter how high I get, I'll always look up to you. You'll always be number one. I'll settle for number two. You've always been there for me. Baby, I must confess, I'll always look up to you. No matter how high I get. Up here on the mountain, it gets crazy sometimes. So crazy, I don't know what to do. And it looks real with the dog of their lives. I can count on you to tell me the truth. No matter how high I get, I'll always look up to you. You'll always be number one. I'll settle for number two. You've always been there for me. Maybe I must confess, I'll always look up to you. No matter how
opportunity to take this moment to recognize some of your local candidates that you're going to vote for on November 6th. So right now, I'd like to say thank you to Congressman Taylor. And for some of us in the southern part of the county, we now have the great Congressman Pat Teaberry. Our dear Heavenly Father, as we come before you tonight, it's time for every God-fearing American to work together to make America good enough to lead the world, to make the American dream of equal opportunity for all people come true. I believe that dream has been glimpsed by enough people and is deep enough in the hearts of the average citizens to shape America's future and make that dream come true. We have as Americans that which makes our lives different from most of the rest of the world, namely our ideals, our faith, our philosophy, our concept of human dignity, our Bill of Rights, our American dream. These perhaps are the reason why, as our God, with your hand of providence, have guided this nation. You have preserved our nation in order that this republic of 50 states might light the rest of the world. From this nation that was forged on the anvil of sacrifice and hard work, we ask your blessings tonight for the good of America. Because of our Lord and Savior. Amen. Amen. From Iberia, Troop 35, to come to the stage for the Pledge of Allegiance. Folks, the flag are right here behind us. Let's go. OH. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. may know her as Ally McCoy, but she is now, Miss Ally will come up and sing the national anthem.
Judicial races have no party identification. So before you go to the polling place, you have to know who you're voting for. And the court races are listed the last candidates on the ballot, right below the county coroner. Now this is going to be a close election, so I encourage you to vote early. And I need your help as well. Fortunately,
I have a name that's easy to remember. There's a symbol of my name that's all about you, all around you. It's in your kitchen at home, it's in your offices at work, it's in the restaurant you may go out to eat in. Yes, it's a cup. This is a cup spelled with one P. I'm a cup spelled with two P's. So whenever you see this cup, think of this. Think of Cook for the Court. I need you to tell your friends
your family, your neighbors, you like my Facebook, and your email list, which I'm sure has extensive contacts all around the state of Ohio, as this is a statewide race. So what are you going to tell them? You can tell them that for the Ohio Supreme Court, cup measures up. And yes, I'm running for re-election, so it's okay to say that the cup runneth over. Thank you very much.
All right, this is my last introduction of the night, and then I'm done. So I get the honor of introducing someone everybody already knows, Congressman Jim Jordan, everybody.
Thank you. All right. I'm gonna cut. Thank you. I'm gonna cut right to the chase. Here's the difference. President Obama, Vice President Biden, they think America is just one of many countries out there. Mitt Romney, Paul Ryan, and all of you understand America is the greatest nation in history. It's an exceptional nation made up of exceptional people, and here's the difference, and this is what Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan get. Polly and I had the opportunity 2 months ago to visit the Wright brothers' home in Dayton, Ohio. Went through the tour. The last room you come to, they show you 2 pictures. The first picture, 1903, the Wright brothers and Kitty Hawk, that first flight, went like 100 feet. They put that picture down. The next picture they hold up, 44 years later, Chuck Yeager breaking the sound barrier. Think about that. In 44 years, this country went from 2 guys flying 100 feet to a man who broke the sound barrier. And think about this. They don't show you a third picture, but they very well could have. 22 years after that, a guy from our state stepped on the moon. That's what this country is capable of. That's what this country is capable of, and that's why we need Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan in the White House as president and vice president. We got 9 days. We got 9 days. Paul writes to Timothy, 2 Timothy 4:7. This is our charge for the next 9 days. Paul says to Timothy, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the course. I have kept the faith. If we do that, we are going to win. God bless you. I almost forgot. I got to introduce the next speaker. I got so fired up. You guys got me going. The next speaker heads the Chamber of Commerce here, Pam Hall, and she knows one thing. She knows who really built their business. God bless you.
Thank you, Jim. We're very thankful you're in Washington. My name is Pam Hall, and today I'd like to share some thoughts with you as to why I am so very excited that Congressman Paul Ryan and Governor Mitt Romney are in Marion today, and why I personally believe these 2 men can save our country from the economic decline currently taking place. In my day job, I serve as president of the Marion Area Chamber of Commerce, but I'm not here tonight to speak in a professional capacity, but rather I'm here to share my perspectives as an individual citizen from the best place on earth to live and raise a family, Marion, Ohio, USA. I am here to share my perspectives as an individual on how the economy in the past 4 years has affected my life and many of your lives as well. First, may I suggest that in most every setting I find myself, a frequent topic of conversation is concern over health insurance. I work for a small employer, and I do not have the benefit of health insurance coverage. I am keenly aware of the financial hardship this places on a family, and clearly understand the concern that many have over the probability that Obamacare is going to cause employers to drop health benefits for their employees. Just last week, one of our mid-sized employers indicated that they had been told that their health insurance premiums are going to increase 43.5% next year. Increase 43.5% next year. And that's after several years of significant increases in their health insurance premiums. So it's leaving employers asking the questions, is it even feasible to continue to offer coverage to their employees? And now some thoughts about this community that we all so love. Marion County, Ohio. The escalation of poverty is frightening. Do you know we currently have 24% of our Marion County residents receiving food stamps? Our per capita income is only $22,529. During the years that President Obama has been in office, our unemployment compensation benefits that have been issued just in Marion County have increased from over 8,500,000 in 2008 to well over 16 million in 2009. Our net expenditure for food assistance has climbed from 10,865,000 to 16,404,000 in 1 year's time. Lack of jobs results in poverty. Escalating poverty results in an increase in drug abuse. Increase in drug abuse results in an increase in crime. Increasing crime most certainly does not result in the quality of life that all of us hope for our families and for the success of our business ventures. Speaking of drug abuse, you know that some of our employers are reporting that as many as 50% of the applicants that they have pre-screened are unable to pass drug tests. Jobs are critical for Marion County. Jobs are critical for every county in our state and every state in our great nation. We all must take responsibility in solving these problems. So please help and join all of us in taking that responsibility. Please vote, please be involved, and please vote for two very wise men who have a plan for our future and our future jobs.
I forgot I was supposed to do another responsibility here. Look, most of you are stuck with me as your congressman, but some of you are going to get a better guy with the way they redistrict it. You're going to get my friend, mentor, colleague, great guy who, most importantly, shares our values. My friend, Congressman Pat Tiberi.
It is great to be in Marion. And it's great to have an opportunity to represent this county with Jim Jordan. How about it for Jim Jordan? And you all have a great team at the State House with Senator Dave Burke, State Representative Jeff McLean, State Representative Dorothy Polanda. Give them a round of applause. Now I got to tell you, Jim Jordan, Paul Ryan, and I, we have had a front row seat to hope and change. And it's worse the closer you get. And I got to tell you, after 4 years of governing, not hope and change, but division and envy, deceit, not what I grew up with in America, not what I grew up with in Ohio. How about you? That's not leadership. And I got to thank you. On behalf of Paul Ryan and Jim Jordan and I, you helped us in 2010. You helped us retire Nancy Pelosi from the Speaker's office. Ohio helped. 5 new seats. Well, you know what? The next 9 days, it's up to Ohio. This election is through Ohio. This presidency is through Ohio. The Senate is through Ohio. So let's go retire Barack Obama. Let's go retire Joe Biden. And how about this? You all know who Harry Reid is, don't you? You know, you all helped us retire Nancy Pelosi from the speakership. Now, we may not be able to retire Harry Reid because we don't live in Nevada, but I tell you what we can do with Harry Reid. We can make him the minority leader. How about that? The minority leader in the Senate. And let me tell you, Ohio, let me tell you, Marion County, how we do that. I got the prescription for you. His name is Josh Mandel. So the math is really easy. Talk to 3 of your friends. Have them vote for Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan. Have them vote for Josh Mandel for the Senate. And guess what? We will have a new Senate. We will have a new President of the United States. Please welcome the U.S. Senate, Josh Mandel. Wow.
I hear there's a couple visitors from Boston and Wisconsin here in the building, so I was thinking we might welcome them. Oh, hey. You know, we started off this campaign against Sherrod Brown. Folks were saying this is a David versus Goliath type fight. They were saying this Josh Mandel guy, he's 35, but he looks like he's 19. We were down 17 points when we started this thing off. Around the Thanksgiving time, it was 15. Around the Super Bowl, we were down 12. Around spring training, we were down 10. About a month ago, we were down 7. And a new poll came out this week, has us up to 45 to 43. Because throughout this state and throughout this country, people understand that the only way we're going to change Washington is by changing the people we send there. We're not going to change Washington by sending Barack Obama and Sherrod Brown back there. And we're certainly not going to change Washington by sending more folks there who think businesses are guilty until proven innocent, think it's okay to borrow $1 trillion from China, and think it's okay to spend and spend and spend when our families have to live within our means at our kitchen tables. And so Senator Brown and I are having this meaty, hearty public policy debate around the state of Ohio. But it really comes down to one question. Is Washington working? And I agree. For all those folks who think it is, they're probably going to go for him. But for everyone who's sick of all the fighting, sick of all the gridlock, and those folks who want change, they're going to vote for change, Mitt Romney, Paul Ryan, and me on November 6th. I want to leave you with this commitment. There might be a day when I go to Washington and somebody from the Republican Party puts their hand on my shoulder, or the Democratic Party, or a lobbyist, and says, listen, Josh, I need you to vote for this legislation, or else I'm going to kick you off your committee, or I'm going to shut off your fundraising, or maybe some journalist is going to say, listen, Josh, I need you to vote for this, or else I'm going to write a bad editorial about you. My commitment to all of you today is this. I will look that journalist, that lobbyist, that political boss in the eye and tell them, I don't work for them. My boss is the 11.5 million people in the state of Ohio, and no one's going to push me around. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Oak Ridge Boys.
Welcome, everybody. We've already been out here once, but I know there's more of you here, so I want to make sure you know right away that we are the Oak Ridge Boys, and we endorse Mitt Romney as the next president of the United States. That's why we're here. The next president of the United States. The next vice president of the United States, Paul Ryan. Well, let's sing Elvira. Everybody sing Ohio. With us. Elvira, come on, Elvira, my heart's on fire for Elvira, with eyes that look like heaven, your part, like cherry what, very good, and that girl can sure enough make my little light shine. I get a funny feeling up and down my spine, 'cause I know that my Elvira's mine. Everybody sing Elvira. Come on now. Elvira. My heart's on fire for Elvira. Giddy up.
Boom, bop, boom, bop, mow, mow.
Giddy up.
Boom, bop, mow, mow.
High old silver, airway. Second verse. Tonight I'm gonna meet her at the Hungry House Cafe. I'm gonna give her all the love I can. Yes, I am. She's gonna jump and holler. I've saved up my last $2. We're gonna search and find that preacher man. Everybody sing with us. I'm singing Elvira. Louder. Elvira. Yeah. My heart's on fire for Elvira. Giddy up.
Boom, bop, mow, mow.
Giddy up.
Boom, bop, mow, mow.
High old silver airway. Come on. Elvira. Come on now. Elvira. My heart's on fire for Elvira. Giddy up.
Boom, bop, mow.
Your time. Giddy up. High old silver airway. One more time. Elvira. Elvira. My heart's on fire for Elvira. Giddy up.
Boom, bop, mow.
Giddy up.
Boom, bop, mow.
High old silver airway. Well, I'm singing now. High old silver airway. Elvira. It's a great night. Thank you.
We want to sing just a little bit of a great old hymn for the church, for y'all. And you know, I got a pitch pipe in here. There is an app for that. There's an element of people these days that are trying to take God more in lives. We like to see a little bit more of God in our lives. So we're going to sing a little Amazing Grace, and we'd invite you all to sing with us, and then you're going to hear some great speeches tonight, and we're done. Thank you for the honor of being here, everybody. One quick story. We were at the RNC. We were supposed to sing the national anthem at the Republican National Convention in Tampa, and we were supposed to be there on the Monday. Well, as you know, they had like a hurricane thing. And Monday went away. So we were having dinner, and we kind of thought, well, we come all the way down here to Tampa, we're not going to get to do anything. And then we got word from the Romney campaign that if the Oak Ridge boys are here, they need to sing, and they need to sing Amazing Grace on Tuesday night. So we did. We just thought it'd be pretty cool, and it was pretty cool that we have a man running for president that wanted to hear Amazing Grace. Okay, so everybody join with us. Here's the key.
Here we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. When we've been there, when we've been there 10,000 years. Come on. Bright shining as the sun. We've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I think all Marion County is here. Looks like Romney Ryan country to me. Wow. Let's thank those guys again for their amazing support of Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan, the Oak Ridge boys.
Are you ready to win, Marion County? Folks, it's the fourth quarter. The game is tied. We're in the red zone. The momentum is on our side. Are we going to take these guys over the goal line? We're going to score. We got 9 days to go. Who's going to put up more signs for Mitt? Who's going to make more phone calls? Who's going to go door to door? We got to do everything we can in the next 9 days because it's so important that we begin to restore the American dream. These guys are going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. First, Jan Ryan and her husband, the next Vice President of the United States, Paul Ryan. And the next President of the United States, Mitt Romney.
Hey, Rob Corbin! Oh, hey, I see some of my fellow Miami Redhawks here, too. Hey, good, right over here. Great to see you guys. I also see two of my great buddies, capable members of Congress, Pat Tiberi and Jim Jordan. You guys, thank you so much for all your hard work. Thank you for being here. And I want to thank Mary Taylor. What a great lieutenant governor she is. She's been fantastic. She's been out there working hard. Thank you, Mary Taylor. Hey, Marion. Hey, Ohio. Are you ready to help us win this thing? It is right in front of us. Look. You're used to it, right? OH. I love that. Even a Badger fan loves that. Sorry. I'm just glad our game's after the election. You understand the responsibility you have. You understand that as Ohio goes, so goes the rest of the country. It's true. You also understand that this is a serious time. We are not simply choosing a president for 4 more years. We are choosing the kind of country we're going to give our children and our grandchildren, the kind of people we're going to be, the kind of America we're going to have for a generation. Let me just give you a quote from 4 years ago. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? If you don't have any fresh ideas, you use stale tactics to scare voters. If you don't have a record to run on, then you paint your opponent as someone people should run from. You make a big election about small things. You know who said that 4 years ago? Guess who's doing that right now? Look, this is really clear. He doesn't have a record to run on. He can't run on the 23 million people struggling for work. He can't run on the highest poverty rates in a generation. He can't run on the $1 trillion deficits racked up each and every year. He can't run on this stagnant economy, the broken promises. He said just a few weeks ago that he can't change Washington from the inside. Well, you know what? Then we need to change presidents and elect this man the next president of the United States. This is the moment. We need leadership. We need honest leadership. We need leadership that is grounded and rooted in our nation's timeless founding principles. We need Mitt Romney to be our next president. This man is a proven leader. Look at everything he has done in his life. Look at his commitment to his family, to his faith, to his country. Look at what he did as governor of Massachusetts. Look at what he did for the Olympics. This is a man who knows firsthand that if you have a small business, you built that small business. This is a man who knows firsthand how to create jobs because he's helped create tens of thousands of jobs. And by the way, being successful in business, that's a good thing. We like that. We want success in business. We want more people to become successful. We believe in the American dream. We have a jobs crisis in America. We ought to have a job creator in the White House. Look, we are here in Big Ten country because we know the stakes. We understand the role we have to play. We are here asking for your votes, for your support, so we can get this country back on the right track because we feel obligated to give you the choice. You get to decide. What kind of country do we want to be? What kind of path do we want to go on? The president is taking us in the wrong direction. 9 more days. 9 more days. Nine more days. And you get to choose. So let's just think about the day after. Let's think about waking up on Wednesday morning, November the 7th. What is it we want to see? We already know. We know that if President Obama got another term, it's nothing more than 4 more years of the same. Or we elect a proven leader who knows how to turn things around, who knows how to get things done, who knows how to put America back on track. So that's the choice. 4 more years till change, or 9 more days till we get real change. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment. That's right. And in 9 days, Marion County, Ohio, America, I want to introduce you to, in 9 days, the man we are going to elect the next president of the United States, Mitt Romney.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Marion, Ohio, thank you so much. Or as Joe Biden would say, Marion, Iowa. But it's good to be with you guys. What a welcome you've given us. This is just so heartening, so encouraging. The kind of energy and passion we feel here in Marion, we've been feeling all across Ohio. It's just amazing. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Taylor. Thank you for Senator Portman for his work. He's been with me tirelessly. You know, he's been playing Barack Obama in those debates, and we've been going back and forth. We're friends finally again. I want to thank him. Congressman Jordan, thank you as well, and Congressman Teaberry. It's an honor to have good people who are helping you out. In this room tonight, we have a room full of good people, and I could not thank you more and be more appreciative. I'm in your debt. We got some work to do. I need you to vote. I need you to vote early, and I need you to get your friends to vote. Now, your friends may have voted last time, perhaps in the Democratic primary. They may have voted for, who knows? They may have voted for Hillary Clinton, and or they may have voted for Barack Obama. They may have voted for then candidate Obama in the final election, but I need you to convince them to vote for Paul Ryan and me, and that's not always easy, but you can ask them this question. You can say, do you think everything's going just fine? Do you think we should just go? You're going to say, do you think things should just go on like they've been going for the last 4 years? And if they have the same answer you just had, then you have the number one argument for why they should vote for us, because our campaign is about fundamental change. Our campaign is about real change, taking a course correction in this country, because frankly, well, I think you know the answers to these questions. Do you think we should have 4 more years where 23 million people are struggling for a good job? Do you think we should have 4 more years with trillion-dollar deficits? Do you think we should have 4 more years with spreading Obamacare? How about 4 more years of gridlock in Washington, D.C.? You see, the president's campaign slogan is forward, right down the same path we're on. If people think things are going well, why, he's their guy. But if they want change, real change, we're the team that'll bring that change. That's what this election is about. And you know, this is an election about big things. The country faces huge challenges. We have big opportunities as well. That's why this election is such an important one, and why it's so important that we have real change. Interestingly, the larger the issues, the more that the country faces monumental issues, the president's campaign seems to get smaller and smaller and smaller. I mean, he's talking about saving characters on Sesame Street these days, and he's playing silly word games, anagrams with my name, and then of course he's attacking on a regular basis. Attacking does not make an agenda for a second term, but attacking does. You know, we can, Paul Ryan and I can handle the attacks for the next 9 days, but we can't handle 4 more years of President Barack Obama. In just 9 days, real change is going to begin in this country. And it's on the big issues that people talk about, but it's also on the big issues in the lives of the American family. Because the families of this country are the ones that are most affected by some of these big global issues like deficits and energy independence, because they translate into the big issues in the lives of each citizen and each family. So for instance, if you're a retiree, if you're a senior, or if you got a senior that you're caring for in your home, if Barack Obama were to be reelected, why, let's say that you had the need for specialist care, medical care. Because under Obamacare, some 50% of America's doctors say that they're not going to take new Medicare patients. That would mean that if he were reelected, when you call the specialist office to get an appointment, you're going to hear from the receptionist, sorry, we're not taking new Medicare patients. At a time when health care is most critical in your life, President Obama, by cutting Medicare $716 billion to pay for Obamacare, something we didn't want and don't want going forward, because of that, the seniors in this country are going to have a very different life if he's reelected. You know what we're going to do? We're going to repeal Obamacare, replace it, and let you have the health care you deserve. We want you to be able to get that appointment with that specialist that you've chosen. And let's say you're a college student, and you're going to be graduating this coming spring. Yeah, I got a few here. Good. Maybe you're planning on becoming a college student and graduating someday as well. And the difference between President Obama's path and our path is this. When you graduate today, half the kids coming out of college can't find a job, or a college-level job. If Paul Ryan and I are elected, we're going to fight like the Dickens to make sure every college graduate can get a good job. If you've got little ones at home, and they're going to school, elementary school or middle school or high school, and you're not happy with the school, then you'd like to have the choice of perhaps a charter school or another public school. Well, because under the contributions that are made by the teachers union, they go almost overwhelmingly, well, clearly overwhelmingly to President Obama and to the Democrats. Why the teachers union doesn't like school choice. Here's what we're going to do instead. We're going to make sure that we take the federal dollars that go into education and have them follow the child so the parents can choose which school their child goes to. We like school choice. We want you to have that choice in your life. Let me mention another way in which your life will be different. If you're in your 40s or 50s, and these are supposed to be the high earning years of your career, where you're putting away money for retirement and perhaps helping your kids in school, college. I hear some mumbling. It's not working out like that, is it? Yeah, it's very different than that right now. You see, as Paul Ryan just indicated, 23 million American families, 23 million, struggling to find a good job. And then even those that have jobs are having a hard time making ends meet because wages haven't been going up. The median income in America is down $4,300 a year under President Obama's term. That's happened over 4 years, so we're down $4,300 a year in what people are earning. And the price of gasoline, that's $2,000 a family higher. The price of health insurance, that's up $2,500. The price of food is up. The price of electricity is up. Look, the American families are getting squeezed by this administration. I was talking to a guy from Waukesha, Wisconsin the other day. And we have a Wisconsinite up there somewhere. And he said that he had a job at $25 an hour plus benefits. But now he can only get one at $8 an hour without benefits. He doesn't show up in the unemployment statistics. But he's being crushed under the Obama economy. And when the president's asked, what are you going to do to get people work and get rising take-home pay again? As he was asked in 3 debates, and also as the vice president was asked in a vice presidential debate, they had nothing. They got no agenda. They don't know what they're going to do other than go forward, they say. More like forewarned, I think, is the... All right. The president says, gosh, you got to understand, I inherited a tough economy. You know what else he inherited? He inherited the greatest nation in the history of the earth. He inherited the biggest economy in the world, the most productive workforce in the world. He inherited the most innovative people in the world. His problem was not what he inherited, but what he did with it. And what we're going to do is finally use those great resources we have to get Americans good jobs again and rising take-home pay. Because we, unlike President Obama, we actually have a plan to get this economy going. And it's got 5 parts. And I want to remind you what they are, just in case you have to argue with your neighbor again, all right? 5 things. Number 1, we're going to take full advantage of our oil, our coal, our gas, our nuclear, our renewables. It's a huge opportunity for us, not just for jobs in the energy sector, but low-cost, abundant energy will bring back more manufacturing. And by the way, we're going to bring in that pipeline from Canada too, all right? Number two, we're going to expand trade. We believe that we can compete with anyone around the world as long as the playing field is level. And if China cheats as they've been cheating, that's got to stop, and we'll go after them and stop it. Number three, we have to make sure that our adult education and training programs are up to date and that we have schools that are giving our kids the skills they need to succeed. And to do that, we're going to put the kids and their parents and the teachers first. And the teachers union is going behind, all right? Something else we got to do. We can't keep on spending like the Europeans are spending, all right? Because that takes us to Greece and Italy and Spain. And you're not going to get entrepreneurs starting businesses and putting people to work, or big companies coming here and expanding employment if they think we're on the road to Europe, on the road to Greece. And so we're going to stop spending what we don't have and finally get America on a track to a balanced budget. And number five, you know where 2/3 of our jobs come from. We're going to champion small business. We're going to help small business, help businesses grow, put people to work in small business. The president wants to raise taxes on middle-income families and raise taxes on small business. We'll do neither one. We'll bring taxes down. And we're going to get government regulators to see that their job is not just to catch the bad guys, important as that is, but also to help the good guys, make it easier for businesses to grow. You see, regulation, you got to have regulation for a market to work, for people to be able to count in the future, to know what the rules are. But you can't have regulations that are so overwhelming that only big companies can keep up with them. You need to make sure small business can keep up with it. So I'm going to pare back on regulation to help small business. And you know how we're going to do all this? There's only one way. And the answer is that we're going to have to do something that has been done in the past in this country, and that is we're going to have to reach across the aisle. We're going to have to find good Democrats. By the way, Democrats love America too. We got to reach across the aisle, find ways to bring in people from the other party, work together, collaborate, meet regularly, and fight for the American people. And we will. Paul Ryan has done that. Paul Ryan has done that. It's one of the reasons I thought he was the right guy for this job, and that is that he's worked with people across the aisle and has their respect. I've also had the chance as the governor of Massachusetts to work with a couple of Democrats. My legislature was 85% Democrat. And we could have just gone to work battling each other all the time. I came in, we had a huge budget gap, billions of dollars. But instead of fighting, we tried to find some common ground. We had different principles. We didn't compromise our principles, but we found places where we had common views. We worked together on those areas. So we cut spending. We didn't just lower the rate of government spending. We actually cut spending. And then we cut taxes 19 times to make our state more business friendly. And we were able to attract more businesses, and we were also able to balance our budget. As a matter of fact, we went from a $3 billion budget gap to a $2 billion rainy day fund. This can happen when good Republicans and good Democrats come together, as we'll do. Look, it's so great to be in this room. I just feel all this energy and this passion. It's just so amazing. You guys, you're great. Thank you. I believe in you and I believe in America. I believe that this nation is exceptional for so many reasons. One is that in the good heart of the American people is a belief that we live for something bigger than ourselves. It seems to be in our nature that we give ourselves to something bigger and live for something outside of ourselves. I was in the Boy Scouts some time ago as a Boy Scout leader. I see some Scouters up there, and I was at a Boy Scout Court of Honor. And there was a Formica table at the front of the room where I was sitting at the end of the table, American flag next to me, and the person speaking at the microphone was a Boy Scout leader from Monument, Colorado. And he said that his boys wanted to have a special American flag. So they bought one, had gold tassels around the outside. They had it flown above the Capitol dome, and they brought it home and decided they wanted it to go on the space shuttle. So they contacted NASA, and they said, would you take our flag on the space shuttle? I guess space is at a premium in space, you know, so, but they agreed. He said the boys were so proud looking from their home school rooms and looking at the TV sets and watching the Challenger launch, and then they saw it explode before their eyes. And he said he called NASA and said, have you found any remnant of our flag? And they had not. He called every week, month after month, still nothing. Then one day he was reading an article in the paper listing some of the debris from the Challenger disaster. And down there was a mention of a flag. And so he called NASA again, and they said, in fact, we have a presentation to make to your boys. So NASA came together with the Boy Scout troop, and they handed them this little plastic container, and He said we opened it up, and there was our flag in perfect condition. And he said, that's it on the flagpole next to Mr. Romney. And I looked at that flag and put my hand over and grabbed it and pulled it out. And for me, it was as if electricity was running through my arm, because I thought about those NASA patriots and others in the space program who gave their time and their willingness to walk in harm's way for learning, for knowledge, for us, for pioneering. It's who we are. It's what we do. I think of the men and women who serve in our armed forces, who walk in harm's way for us. When the author of one of our national hymns wrote, "America the Beautiful," he begins, as you recall, describing the beauty of our rocks and rills and templed hills, purple mountains and so forth. But there's a verse that is particularly touching. "Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life." Would any veterans here and members of the armed forces please raise your hands and be recognized? We live our lives for something bigger than ourselves, our country, learning, for our families. My sister, now in her 70s, her husband passed away just a few years ago, and she has 8 children. 7 of the 8 are married with children of their own. The 8th was born Down syndrome. Jeffrey's now 43 years old, and Lynn has devoted herself to caring for him for 43 years, making sure he has a full and abundant life. And even now, takes care of him every day, lives with him, makes that part of her life. She lives for something bigger than herself. I think of single moms all over the country who are, in this tough economy, struggling to make ends meet, scrimping and saving so they can put a good meal on the table at the end of the day for their children. I think of moms and dads who are either working one night shift and one day shift, so they hardly have any time with each other, or perhaps working 2 jobs, and they're doing that so they can have enough money to buy their kids the kind of clothes other kids are wearing at school so they don't stand out. I think of couples who this Christmas, like last Christmas, have decided not to exchange gifts between one another, but instead to save their resources to make sure their kids have a great Christmas. This is who we are. We're a great people that care for the things of most meaning in our lives. We're people whose hearts are full, and we have a vision as to how important this election is. There was a TV show some few years ago about a fictional football team that on their way out of the locker room would touch a sign, and it said, "Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose." The people of Ohio have clear eyes about the importance of this election and full hearts, and we can't lose with your help. You guys, we're taking back America. Thank you so very much. You guys are the best. Clear eyes, full hearts, we can't lose. Thank you. Thank you.
Driving down the street today, I saw a sign for lemonade. They were the cutest kids I'd ever seen in this front yard. As they handed me my glass, smiling, thinking to myself, man, what a picture perfect